exocrine glands can be classified based on their structure, and that's what we call structural classification. And they can also be classified based on the way they release their secretions, and that's what we call functional classification. When we look at the exocrine gland, we can have a single cell that secretes a chemical product, and that is a gland formed by a single cell. So we can have exocrine glands that are unicellular, formed by a single cell. And we can have exocrine glands that are multicellular. They are formed by more than one cell. An example of a unicellular gland is the goblet cell. So the goblet cell is the mucus-producing cell that I mentioned to you when we were going over the different types of surface epithelium. And they are named goblet because they have this shape that they are very wide at the top, and that resembles a goblet glass. Now, we also have multicellular exocrine glands. And the word multicellular tells us that we have more than one cell forming these glands. And when we look at the structure of these multicellular exocrine glands, we see different shapes. And all these different shapes is what gives us the different names for the structural classification of exocrine glands. And I went ahead and I drew some of these shapes so I could tell you very briefly how we named them. When an exocrine gland has a single duct, like we see here and here, we name it simple. And when we see more than one duct in the gland, like we are seeing here, 1, 2, and 3 ducts, this is named compound. So this gland is an example of a compound gland, and these 2 glands are examples of simple exocrine glands. Now, depending on the shape of the secreting portion of the gland, we can name it tubular, and as the word implies, is when the secreting portion of the exocrine gland looks like a tube, like this one. We can also name it acinar, and acinar means grape, like a berry, so very rounded. And acinar exocrine glands, they have the secreting portion looking very rounded, like you can see in this one and this one as well. So this rounded shape, the berry shape, is acinar. And also we can have coiled. And coiled, as the word implies, is when the secreting portion of a gland looks coiled. Now, you can conclude that this gland right here will be named simple tubular, as you can see here. This second gland right here has a single duct, and we see that the secreting portion of the gland is rounded, and we see several branches, right? So this is named simple branched acinar. The last gland we have here has several ducts, which means that this is a compound exocrine gland. When we look at the secreting portion of the gland, we see it is rounded. So this gland is named compound acinar exocrine gland. If instead of having all the secreting portions rounded like we are seeing there, we would have some of them elongated, looking like tubes, then we would have the rounded shape and the tube shape. This gland would be named compound tubuloacinar. So this is how we name the different structures of exocrine glands. Now let's go over the very, very important functional classification of exocrine glands.